Hello and welcome to another Countdown to Christmas with Barb Ryder, Stamp with Barb. Thanks for joining. Today I have a cute little idea that is not a card. It's actually a little giveaway that you might want to include with the card. And we're going to be using the Snowflake Wishes. We're going to be using the designer paper that goes with that suite, which is called Snowflake Splendor. And we are also going to be using some white cardstock and some fun ribbon. So the first thing we need is, this is Pacific Point, which coordinates with the designer paper. This is just one of the many that is in there. This is Pool Party is the color matching here, but we want to stay with the blues, okay? So I have a 4 1/4 by 11. That's just a half a sheet of the 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock. Let me move this over out of the way. We're going to go ahead and score once you've cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. So on the long side, we are going to score this at 5 1/2. So just let me move down here so you can see 5 1/2. So we want to score it right there. Okay, and then we need to score the at the next score line is 1 1/4. So move that to 1 1/4 right there and score it. Okay, so that's what we need for the base. All right, let me just move this out of the way. All right, so next we are going to take our bone folder. Let me see where I put my bone folder. There we are. And just burnish that score line. And then the 1 1/4, that's going to be on the front. You're just going to take that and score right here. Okay, just like that, burnish that one. If you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and do that and hit the button so that you'll get notifications every time that I create a new video. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. You can also get me on Facebook at Stamp with Barb or Stamp with Barb Ryder. All right, so now we're going to take the designer paper. I've already pre-cut a strip of it, and your designer paper needs to be 3 3/4 by 3 inches. So I am just going to go ahead and cut that at 3 inches. So we have a scoring blade on here, where that's the light color, and then you also have the dark color, which is the actual cutting blade, and then that just cuts your strip right like that. Okay, there, now we're done with that. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is simply just adhere this right onto this front area. I am going to use the Tombow glue and glue this piece here right down, just like that. This does dry pretty fast. You don't need a lot, but yeah, we're going to put that down and, oh goodness, okay. No mistakes in stamping, ladies, guys. We're going to put this down first, then we're going to glue the flap down. That way there's a little bit of overlap, it's covered. Golly molly, should have done that first. Let's see here. Let's go this way. All right, so let's put that down here towards the bottom, just like that. Okay, the 3 1/2 or 3 3/4 goes this way, and then the 3 inches go this way. All right, now let's try this again and put some glue right there and go ahead and put that down. See why I had to do that afterwards? Because it covers the designer paper just a little bit. Okay, all right, so there we go. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to stamp. And I do need to have my pad in here because we are going to be stamping with the snowflakes. And I am going to grab Pacific Point. Pacific Point is the color of the card base and also included in the snowflakes here. And let's get that over here. going to ink up my saying in the Pacific Point. Make sure that it's inked up well. I've got a scrap piece of white right here, okay? And I'm actually just going to stamp that right in the middle. And that says, in the coldest moments of the year, my heart is warm because you're near. How about that? And then we also need a scrap paper so that we can stamp some snowflakes. So let me bring that in here. So I've taken one of the smaller snowflakes that's in the stamp set. I'm going to ink that up with the Pacific Point, and then I'm going to stamp off and stamp off again, and then I'm going to stamp that right onto where I've stamped with the darker. So that is full strength, stamp off, and one more time, just like that. Okay, gives you that little bit of snowflakes behind your saying. I probably could have stamped off even one more time for that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do a punch. Here we are. Believe that it's going to fit right in here. So let's see. Oh no. Okay, let me just grab a little bit bigger punch. Let's see. Let's see how this works. This is a different punch. And let me see, maybe it'll go this way. Okay, it will go that way, but I'm going to have to cut a little bit on the side to go the long way, just like that. And that still won't work. Oh, well, when all else fails, you just make a nice little strip of white. So let me grab the cutter again. Come down here. All right, so basically I'm just going to cut this so that we have a nice, have our saying in view, just like that. And some of the snowflakes are going to be off of it anyway. So let's come over here. Let's cut this top little section off. Make sure that I don't cut my words. There we go. I'm not doing any measurements. I'm just doing whatever size I need according to what I have stamped here. There we go. And just a sliver there. There, that's how you do it. Just like that. All right. So let me get my little pouch here again in front of me. Just like that. And this is going to go right here. However, before we do that, we're going to add our other little fun things to this. That's it. That's all the stamping we're doing for this particular one. So what I've done is this is actually going to hold a hot chocolate. So here is a Ghirardelli hot chocolate mix. And so that, what I've done, just so that it's coming down a little farther, I've just folded up, pushed, put the hot chocolate towards this way and then folded the bottom down a little, or folded it so that it comes in here just like that. Now I have purchased, I want to show you, I have purchased these little chocolate stir stick spoons from the dollar store, or Dollar Tree actually, and they're chocolate, and won't that be perfect to go with the hot chocolate? So that's what we're going to use. Now let me show you how I did this. They don't come pre-wrapped, okay? They're chocolate like this. I have used some of our clear medium envelopes, and we have a sticky on one end right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take one of these spoons, place it in here, all right? And what I'm going to do actually is just wrap this up. So I'm just going to fold this underneath. Well, let's see here. I guess we'll go this way. Basically, I'm just going to wrap this up. We don't have a little plastic, oh, what do I want to say, bag that will fit the spoon. And this was the best I could do. Now you could always do a candy cane, but I have the chocolate ones which work perfect with this color combo that I've got going on here. So there we go. That way it's protected and it's in a little container. There we are. So let me move these out of the way. Okay. And this little guy is actually going to go inside of here too. All right. Now, the reason that I wanted to do the spoon is I am going to use some of our white polka dot tulle ribbon. So it looks like little snowflakes. Okay. We're going to take that. We're going to wrap that around the top. And I'm actually going to just go ahead and tie this in a bow. Just like that. And this ribbon is great because you can make it tighter, you can make it looser. It just is a very, very giving ribbon, and it works perfect. Okay. Now you could use whatever kind of hot chocolate you can come up with. You know, the most common that I saw in the store was the Swiss Miss with the little marshmallows. You could take marshmallows and actually put them in one of these little baggies. I'm sorry, my light keeps shining on there, but you could put marshmallows in one of these little baggies and put that in here. But there you go. So there's that. And we're almost done. So that's going to go there. And you want this here so that you want it tight enough so that it will hold this down, but you don't want it too tight that it's going to break your spoon. Does that make sense? All right, the last thing that we're going to do is we're just going to attach our little saying right here on the side. Here's the fun part. I can move this bow over to the side. A little more. There we go. That's better. All right, let me get this poofy part. Actually, I'm going to squeeze this just a little bit tighter, you guys. Let me see. There we go. And I'll poof it out after I get it tightened down. Perfect. All right, let's cut this so I'm not attached to the bolt here. Like that. And I think I need to cut a little bit of this one off. And I think we're almost done, basically. Anyway, because this is such a very pliable, I'm not sure of the right word to say, but it will just go in all different directions. But you get the idea. I haven't foofed out the bow. I'm going to take some dimensionals. Let me grab that. Here I've got a strip here where I cut. We're going to put this on dimensionals. Just like that. And then that's going to go on the front. Over here, see how I had to move that bow over a little bit because we are going to go ahead and attach this right here. Let's go right with the edge of the designer paper there. And there we are. There we have a cute little Christmas idea with a hot chocolate. Just something cute to go with a special card, or even a gift card can slide down in there. Now, I am planning to do more of these. I may have them on my website or on my Facebook, Stamp with Barb Ryder picture, and I have some peppermint ones too, and using some red and green or more traditional Christmas papers and different stamp set. So I hope you enjoyed this. I thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.